Hey friends, and welcome back. Today is part 2 of an amazing haul plus some great flips. If you are new here, click that subscribe button and turn the notification bell next to it to all. YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new video. If you're coming back, thanks for joining me, and be sure to share this video with a friend who you think may love it as well. On my right is a box full of goodies Chad's friend brought to me when he came by to do some stuff in our backyard. And then to my left is a couple of boxes from Rhonda. If you're watching, thank you, Rhonda. I've known her for several years now, and when I put that post on Facebook, she reached out and said she had some great junk for me, and she was not lying. First up is this little Birdhouse shelf, super adorable. The colors are pretty primitive, so I think we're gonna go ahead and paint this up. I don't hate the green, but we'll paint this up, give it a little makeover, and bring it into a little bit more of the modern cottagecore that y'all are seeing. I dusted this piece off with some Windex and a rag, and now I'm using DIY weathered wood to give it a beautiful weathered wood finish. I've got my Klingon F20, and it's getting up in those little corners very nicely. It also provides a very smooth finish. So if you're wanting to minimize brush strokes, this is definitely the brush for you. Now I'm using DIY Little Black Dress. I'm going to paint the shelf and the roofs of the birdhouses for a little bit of contrast. You can find the paint and products I'm using today over on my website, upcycledbybri.com. I do ship, and I have a local pickup option available, which is always free of charge. DIY white wax is going over the weathered wood. I'm using an old chip brush and doing some horizontal and vertical brush strokes to really give a weathered wood finish. From outdated and primitive to updated, modern farmhouse, cottagecore, French country, this one can lean any direction you would like it to. Leave me a comment below. Big improvement or no? This is a pretty adorable basket. The floral is going to have to go. It's a bit dusty, so I'm not going to pull it out right now, but I will remove the floral and put in some new adorable floral. Keep it on the cottagecore trend. I will leave this all brown and barky like it is, and I will probably list this one on my site. I have a haul of baskets like this. I'll take them outside and blow them all out with my air compressor. It's the fastest way to get them nice and clean, and I replaced the floral in this, giving it a very updated, beautiful cottagecore look. So this was kind of funny. Chad's friend brought over this set, and I don't hate it. It's super country, cottagey, rusticy. I'm going to paint up this frame to make it look a lot cuter. And then these are also adorable too. Again, the frame will get a little bit of love, but I'm gonna leave the prints and everything inside. These were originally $14.99 at Kohl's. And this one was $32.99. Wild, right? So I'll give them a little bit of a paint job, and I'll put them in my booth. Smaller pictures will probably be around $6.95, and the larger one for $12 to $14.95. Because these are marked, but they were actually out by the curb. Somebody had given up on their sale and started putting things out by the curb. It's the same pictures. If people only knew, this cottage stuff is now coming back in. And then the last thing in this box were 2 more prints, that dear old country landmark and the old back house. These are pictures of outhouses, and they were also Kohl's for $14.99. I painted the brown frames up with DIY skeleton key and sealed them up with clear wax. I'm going to put this set in my booth since I've got a lot of this blue going on already, and the set with the white frames are listed over on my website. First up is a trio of baskets, and they're right on time as the 4th of July is just a couple of weeks away, and I have got to get my 4th of July vignette up tomorrow. They will need a good dusting, but they're in pretty good shape. Next up, I've got some faux apples. Ooh, these have some nice weight to them. And y'all didn't really like the last apples I did with this stone finish. So I'm gonna leave these as they are, and I'll stage them up in my 4th of July vignette since they are red. Underneath is a clear apple dish. I might save that till fall. Maybe list that for around $1.95, and I'll do this set of faux apples for $3.95. It looks like the rest of this box is frames, but I'll take them out and show them to you anyway. I'm curious to see. And some of them still have mats in them, which is nice. I am loving this powder blue color. I know it is super like country 90s, but I'm not even gonna lie. This one's a super plastic, so I think we'll go ahead and pass that one on. This one is wood, so we will keep that one. And then it looks like there's a ton of them that are the same, just regular wood frames. This one has a mat. Marble photo frame from Target. Ooh, a match. That one's kind of cool, folds open. I'll probably take the mats out of that. Get the two coolest frames in the very bottom. I've never seen one like this before. So I know, and it's got the nice velvet backing, I know these vintage brass frames are popular right now. So we'll put some cool pictures in these, and I will go ahead and get them listed on my site for y'all. I love using vintage advertisements in my empty picture frames. It just gives them a special little touch. And check out those prices. Wouldn't that be nice? $8.90 for a 3-pack of luggage? Unheard of. Also, putting vintage floral prints in these would have been pretty as well. I have them both listed on my site, $9.95 and $8.95. I'm removing the glass from the rest of these wooden frames. I'm going to be turning them into memo boards and wreath holders. So I will be spraying them to make things go a lot faster. I'm putting the filter into my HVLP sprayer and screwing on the paint cup. These sprayers are around $17 from Harbor Freight, and I have had a ton of luck with them. I've had this one for about a year and it's still kicking. It is very important to strain your paint, that way the filter does not get clogged. I am using DIY vintage linen. We will be diluting our paint, 3 parts paint to 1 part water. I give it a good stir first and then shake it up to make sure it is all blended together. Down in the garage, I use my 20-gallon Husky air compressor, and I spray the DIY paint around 50 to 60 psi. First step, remove the plug at the top so you have airflow. This nozzle is going to adjust either a vertical or horizontal spray pattern with your paint. Once you have it to where you want it, you adjust this part down tight. This knob is going to adjust the airflow into your spray gun. This knob will adjust how much paint comes out at once, and this is the fan adjustment. Turning it forward will make more of a fan spray pattern. Turning it backwards will give it more of a straight shot. It does take a little practice to use the spray gun. I recommend the first time you do it on something you don't genuinely care too much about, just in case you mess up. But you guys, it just takes a little practice like anything else, and it is a huge time saver. I will do 2 coats on the back, flip them over, do 2 coats on the front. It goes fast because it dries so quickly in the sun. I'll do a bit of light distressing with 220 grit sandpaper around the edges. DIY clear wax will provide a beautiful matte finish. Using a regular brush, I am going to apply it sparingly, and I will wipe off any extra with a paper towel when I'm done. Now it's time to cut chicken wire. I just lay it over the back of the frame and eyeball it, cutting it using some wire snips. I do wear gloves because this hurts my hands, and make sure you're wearing your protective eye equipment as well. Using my staple gun, I work from side to side, securing the chicken wire to the back of the frame. Working back and forth like this ensures that the chicken wire will stay nice and taut. I love these little nailless picture hangers. I do have them linked in my Amazon links for you below. I attached one to the back of each side, and then I flipped them over and attached some wreaths that I put together. These are just $3 wreaths from Walmart. I also have some lamb's ear and lavender. This is my most popular selling wreath, and these chicken wire frames sell very well in my booth as well. I'm going to go ahead and list this pair on my site, $39.95 for the 2 frames and the wreaths. Looks like there's 3 of these matching baskets, and they've got a little apple on them. I think she was getting rid of her apple decor. And those are little metal apples that are just kind of twist tied on, so those will come off easily, and I can reuse the baskets. I'll probably put some floral in the baskets. These baskets got a good dusting. I took the apples off and replaced them with some beautiful floral. I love how these turned out. They are listed on my site at $6.95 each. Next up is a set of 3 candlesticks. Now, I don't hate the color on them. It's kind of a cool glassy finish, but they have seen better days. So we are going to paint these up, and I wanted to try to do a cool Mercury glass look. So we'll see how that goes. I'm starting off with a layer of Rust-Oleum satin black spray paint, just because I don't have a lot of the Krylon looking glass left, and it is a little more expensive. The Krylon looking glass provides a mirror-like finish when applied to glass. I did a video with it before. I can link that here above. Now, it's not going to provide a mirror-like finish on this, but it is shiny. I spray it with the spray paint and then immediately spray it with some vinegar. I just have my vinegar inside of my Mr. bottle here, and that gives it kind of that aged, distressed mirror look. If you love these thrift haul, garage sale, pick and find videos, leave me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video with a friend. It's going to help my channel grow and help me bring you even more amazing content. Now, if you're new here and you haven't already, click that little subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new video. Until Tuesday, I will see y'all later. Bye, friends. This is, a little dusty.